Hey, welcome back to That Finance Show with me, Tom Morgan. This is episode 2 of the house renovation project. Episode 1, I'll link up here if you've not already seen it. Let's get into it. So, if you remember at the end of episode 1, we got to the end of week 3. Now, before I show you the progress, we're stood here now at the end of week 4. Let's just talk about house prices and some before and after valuations so you can get a feel for the numbers. So my wife and I bought this house back in September 2019 for about $400,000, and to date we've spent about $30,000 on home renovations. We've had new bathrooms, new flooring, a new log burner, a new boiler, so we've already done quite a lot. So it owes us $430,000, and if you remember looking back from episode 1, we're planning to spend about $70,000 on this home renovation project. So after all is said and done, the house is going to owe us $500,000. Now, interestingly, when the house is finished, I'd like to think it's quite conservative that it would be worth at least $500,000. We had it valued before this project started by the bank, and it was valued at $440,000 before we'd even started. So this is our family home. We plan on being here for 10 plus years, so making money is not the main objective here. However, whenever we undertake a project like this, we like to think that the value we're putting into the house, the money that we're spending, will at least add the equivalent in value so that we're no worse or better off. We're just moving money from our left hand to our right hand. So if the house owes us $430,000 and we're spending $70,000, it needs to be worth about $500,000 when it's done, and I think that that is pretty realistic. When all is said and done, I do plan on getting it revalued, so in a later episode you will see that, so we'll see whether those numbers have played out in practice. But right now, let me show you the progress at the end of week 4. Right, so here we are, end of week 4. And look, the walls are up to height now, so all the block work is finished, and you can see that pretty impressive steel that goes all the way across the top of those bifold doors. But perhaps the thing I'm most excited about is that big gallery window on the side. You can really get a sense of how big that window is going to be, so I'm really excited to see when the glass comes in for that. So I'll bring up on screen now some different angles so you can get a real sense of the space. And the next job is the roof. We're having a flat roof, a rubber flat roof with that really nice lantern in the middle to get maximum light. So hopefully that's going to be made a start on next week. So I'll see you at the end of week 5. Right, so end of week 5. I'll take you out there in a minute and show you some progress. I very almost didn't put together an update. We looked like we were on course to not make much progress this week. There was a bit of an issue and a debate around one of the steels. We had to go back to structural engineers. But I'm pleased to say that's been resolved, and we now have the timber frame of the roof on. So let's go check it out. Right, so here we are stood in the extension. So this wall that you can see behind me is coming out, and I think it's actually coming out next week. So we are about to get into the messy bit. One thing I forgot to update last week, I'm going to bring the counter, the spend counter back up. That's where we got to at the end of episode 1. So what we've been doing is every time a bill is paid, I'm adding it to that counter, and we're keeping track of the budget so you can see exactly what I'm spending. So let me show you where we're at. So as you can see here is the roof timber, and that big gap in the middle is ready for that big lantern. So if you think we've got bifold doors on the left here, and then this big gallery window on the side, and that lantern in the roof, it's going to be a really nice big light space. This is the wall that is coming out this week. Hello, Harry. This is the wall that's coming out this week. So you'll start to see a real sense of the space. So what we've not done yet is shown you the inside. So let me show you the inside layout as it is, and hopefully you'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like at the finish. So we're walking here into the existing kitchen. Wow, what a 90s kitchen. Hopefully you can see why we're getting rid of it. Now, it's a mess. I know it's a mess, but it's because we are currently packing it all away, because of this wall here is what's coming out this week to take us into the extension. And then if you remember, I'll bring up on screen now the floor plan as to where we're stood. Doors are going there into the garage conversion, which will be the new playroom. This here is the utility room that's coming out entirely. And if I take you through here, we'll come through the utility. And this is the existing double garage, which again is a work in progress. We are currently clearing this. So what you'll have is you'll have the doors here that will come into the new playroom area. That garage door there will be a window. That is remaining as the garage storage space, and there is being a new utility room built in this space here. That's the existing utility that's being knocked out, so this will be the new utility. So there we go, end of week 5. No more money's changed hand, but there are 2 payments that I know really are due, so I'm sure next week there's going to be quite a bit of money leaving the account. So as we brought up the counter earlier, I'll bring it up again. That's where we're at spend currently. Next week should be an exciting week with that wall coming out. So say goodbye to this 90s kitchen. To be honest, I'll be glad to see the back of it. See you at the end of week 6. End of week 6. We're out, the kitchen's out, and the wall's out. Let me show you around. So as you can see, you really start to get a sense of the overall space here. So some structural work still needs to be done next week. The big steel is arriving so that these props can all be taken out. So hopefully it should be clear by the end of next week, we'll see. Crucially, some more money has changed hands. So as I thought, we've paid another £8,973 to the builders, so I'll update the counter in the corner of the screen. So that is where we currently are with the spend. The next time I'll see you is week 7. End of week 7. Wow, what a week. I've almost lost track of what's gone on. We haven't coughed up any more money yet, so I'll put the counter back where it was for you. But I've got absolutely loads to show you. They've started on the front as well, the garage conversion, the steel's in, the walls that are coming out are out, the stud frames for the new walls are up. Loads to show you, so come on, let's go. Right, so where to begin? The stud walls are up, look, so you can start to see the new utility room space. The structural steel beam is in, an absolute monster of a thing. 750 kilograms required machinery to lift it into place. So pretty much the structural work is done, and you can see the framework for the new rooms. Now if we have a look at the front of the house, although it's all boarded up at the moment, the brickwork has been done, ready for the window to go in on the garage conversion, so you start to see the playroom. So the beginning part of next week, all these acro props that you can see should be coming out. We're just waiting for everything to settle, and those will be out. The roof is just waiting for the rubber finish. Everything else is done, all the fascia boards and everything are on. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, we might have some glass in by the end of next week. We're waiting for confirmation at the start of the week whether that will be ready. So we might have a lantern and some doors. We wait and see. So I really can't wait to give you your week 8 update. So yeah, see you next week. End of week 8, and a lot has happened. So first things first, we don't have the windows and doors. I thought we might sneak those in this week, but looks like it's going to be next week. They're a week behind. no big drama. But the main two things that have happened, as you can see, we've now got the doorways all into the new playroom. The roof is done, the nice rubber roof is all on, and you can see the space there that's currently covered by a bit of tarp and some planks. That is where the nice big lantern is going to go, which hopefully should be here by the end of next week, along with the windows and the doors. And also first fix electrics have been done, so we're now surrounded by spaghetti junction of all the different cables and sockets and so on has all been done. So what's left to do next week is all the plumbing, first fix plumbing. There's a few odd jobs around ready for the plasterers to start in a couple of weeks time, and then we can start look at getting all the kitchen fitted. So really exciting stuff. No more huge sums of money have changed hands, although we are now at a point where quite a few of the stage payments are all going to come due at once. There's going to be a pretty big outflow of money over the next few weeks. I will update the counter in the bottom corner. We have bought some little bits and bobs ready, some lighting and some other bits, which is all part of the overall cost. So that's where we're at with the current spend. But yeah, get ready. Over the next few weeks, there's going to be some huge sums of money going out because all the stage payments are coming all at once. I'm going to leave it here for this episode. That was episode 2. Join me next week for episode 3. We're going to pick up where we leave off here today, and you're really going to start to see from here all the way, I hope, to the finished product. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week.